So Pulsechain has higher throughput, better security, lower environmental impact to the point of nearly none, is a newer coin with more features, is faster than Bitcoin. But Bitcoin has an $800 billion market cap. Pulsechain doesn't. Why? Well, we're new. We're on the way, right? Things will get better, in my opinion. So, like, oh, and for you listening, is that a forward-looking price statement? Nope, not a forward-looking price statement, not financial advice. So we've got a wonderful network. We've got wonderful features. We've got wonderful airdrop. There's, you can do lending on the Pulsechain network. There's projects that let you borrow coins. There's projects that there's stable coins on Pulsechain. There's all types of stuff people have launched on Pulsechain. Guys, the network is good. Works great. Oh, and the bridge is free too. Somebody set the bridge to 0 fee so that using the bridge has no fee, both directions. So if you go to bridge.pulsechain.com, there's no fees currently. In, out, either way, no fees. Now you're going to pay a fee on the Ethereum network. Nothing you can do about that. That's Ethereum's side, right? So you got a great network and you got a ton of free coins. And it's been worked flawlessly for 7 months. Go make it great, guys. Launch stuff on it, use it, build fiat on-ramps, make a money transmitter in your state, make a licensed money transmitter in your state, and you can, make the community better. Like,
Hey everybody, welcome to Pulsechain Good News. We're going to talk about that probably about a third of the way through the video, so we'll get to that. And on the other hand, just a one note about that awesome video from Richard at the beginning of the year, just setting us up for a nice crypto run. Is just that the bridge, obviously fees have changed. It's still free to come over to Pulsechain, but of course there's a 0.3% fee on the way out. So just remember that. That's just one note there. Let's get into folks and see who's in the house. We've got Sandy Beach in there nice and early. Big shout out from Sandy. And day 17 of the Ab Challenge. Sandy is crushing it over on X platform, getting a lot of engagement. So big shout out to Sandy. A lot of people are loving what you do out there. So keep it up. They're really going very well indeed. There is the link to Sandy for the Ab Challenge. Get in there, folks. Get health and fit. Health and fit, is that right the way to go? Get fit and health? Fit and healthiness? I don't know, something like that. Get out there, folks, and do it. We got Lies Beneath in the house. How are you today? Very good. Going to hopefully go for a walk today as well. Hex Pulsex Extended for the win. Absolutely, that is the golden standard crypto of this channel. So if you're wondering what is the main stuff, that is the main thing that we like. We got Brennan in the house. Good morning, Superman and family. Tell us the good news. We will indeed. Yeah, like I say, we're going to get at the beginning of the Pulsechain update. We'll get to that. We're going to do the stock market and general crypto first. I was told there's good news. There's GG and Hexkin. Yeah, there is good news. We're going to talk about that. Who else is in here? Big shout out from Sandy. 1/3 UT says DG and Hexkin. Yeah. We'll get into that. All right. Now, there is actually two pieces of good news because obviously whenever the prices are down, you can accumulate more volume. So that's kind of a good thing when there's a lower price. Especially down at this level, then yeah, you can get mad bags and just hold on for the rest of the bull market because we're only getting warmed up really. All right, let's get into it, shall we? Let's do that. Actually, I'm going to bring up one more thing for the live stream. I just realized I want to get that in. So let's cover that again. Let's go there, and we're going to pull it up over here. And let's put it there. I think that's pretty cool. All right, let's go. Let's without wasting too much time. In fact, I just realized we're missing the good old colorful banner. I love that banner. I love banners. I don't know what it is. There we go. And let's bring in the news. So we're going to start off with the stock market quickly. Talk about that. Get in the chat there, folks. Let us know anything you want us to talk about. Obviously not scams, but anything else that's cool. Get in there and post it. We might talk about that. All right, so the S&P 500 closes lower as NVIDIA leads tech stumble. You remember we are in earnings season at the moment for the stock market, and it's kind of been a couple of days up, couple of days down type of thing. The Dow Jones is down 0.12%, 45 points to 37,753. That's got most of the top 30 industrials in it. S&P 500 is down 0.6%, 29 points to 5,022. and the Nasdaq there down most significantly 1.15%, down 181 points to 15,683. So that is the tech companies there dragging it down. Now, US dollar is pretty strong these days, 105.8. Probably a lot of that geopolitical risk as well. And let's go to the commodities, see if we've got any update here. We've got an update. Can't even see the commodities, not showing today for some reason. So I can't cover the commodities. Nothing really to say about the commentary, so we're going to move past that. Let's get into the crypto news. So Bitcoin at the moment, 61,440, down 3.79%. Bitcoin dominance is to the upside, 52.85% on Bitcoin dominance. And I think, was it TA expert Brennan's in the chat there? I think he was talking about maybe we need to come down to 58K to bounce before we bounce. I think that was his number. He can correct me if I'm wrong, but all confirm in the chat. We've got Ethereum there trying to hold on to 3,000. It is 2,993 at the moment, down 3%. So probably a bit more critical support level there for Ethereum at the moment. Most things are down. We do have Litecoin up a little bit there. Litecoin is up, just over 0.25% at $80.33. What else is looking interesting there across the board? The meme coins are down, but not aggressively down. So they're actually holding up. Gas is up. Gas has been one of the best performers out of a lot of these projects, up 1.33%. Still sitting around that 12-cent mark, but still has been pretty amazing over the last 18 months. And of course, the meme coins there not really down that bad today. So meme coins not down so bad. PP down 9% there, but that's not too bad for the memes because that's the most speculative, right? Speculative stuff there. Been probably the best performer generally, but also often when we go down, expect it to go down the same way as how fast it went up, how fast it comes down. So today, not too bad there at this moment. All right, let's get on to Bitcoin. And Bitcoin there below the 50-day moving average, so a bit of a sad thing to see, really, but 64,488. We've got the 500-day moving average is at 50,000, can believe it, 314. So we're clearly over that 50,000 for the 200-day moving average. But you guys know we've got the halving is upon us, and it is, less than 2 days away for the Bitcoin halving. Huge event, of course. And we're moving from 900 blocks down to 450 blocks a day. Let's have a quick look at the countdown. 1 day and 22 hours and 47 minutes to be precise. And of course, 297 blocks remaining. 840,000 will be the target block of the halving there. Now, the other cool thing is not just the Bitcoin halving, but Rune's protocol will be launching on top of Bitcoin. So that's going to be Meme Coin Casino on Bitcoin. And this is the first year on Bitcoin's going to have this sort of stuff, right? Ethereum had it last bull market, but this bull market, it's going to be on Bitcoin. So Rune's protocol coming, and super bullish about that. So if you're not familiar with that, get yourself familiar. You can obviously join our strategy club as well to learn a bit more about that, and the links in the video description for that. So counting down, man. Tomorrow when I do my live stream, it will be even closer, like less than a day away. How about that? So it's pretty crazy. So that is Bitcoin for you at the moment. Now, we did have the day close for yesterday at the low of 59,648 and the high of 64,500. So a huge range. What's that, about $5,000 almost a range yesterday in that for the Bitcoin candle. And we've just opened up on the close, on the bottom half of that at the moment, 61,200. And did we actually hit that 58? We got down, like I say, we got down to 59. So let's see if we can hold that. What's 58 here? 58's about this low. So we'll see. So far, so good. Let me see here. I think we had a comment from Brennan as well. So let's pull that up. Let's see. Where is that? No pain, no gain, says Brennan. Apparently so. Hey, we've got Blobfish King in the house there. Good to see Blobfish King. Brennan says 58K is the target. Yeah, that's to bounce off that. We got 59. We got pretty close. Big K says who else is holding their Watsa? Yeah, probably quite a few people, I think. Did they go below 20,000? Does that remember rightly? I used to cover that all the time, didn't I? The old Watsas. PSI 931. Good news that prices are going down, so you can accumulate more to as a stretch suit, man. Lol. It's true. You can buy more. That's pretty much it. That's not the good news, though. That's not the good news that we're talking about. But it is kind of a good news in the sense if you're buying. It's buying. For people buying, it's good news. All right, so that is that. We've got Ethereum at the moment. Is currently at 2,981. We finished the day yesterday. We just finished. How many minutes ago? 10 minutes ago, the day finished, and we had this one here, this candle here. We had a low of 2,914. Wow. High of 3,124. So pretty tight range, really, $200. And yeah, today we've just started at the bottom end of that too, or the top of the first half there. I don't know how you want to talk about that. Obviously, the 50-day moving average is 3,300, so we're well below that at the moment. And the 200-day moving average is 2,700. So it's kind of where we are, which is actually probably a fairly good support level, but we've probably got a better one here around this 2,900, but definitely to 2,700. We've got 200-day moving support there, and we've got resistance back here in January. So that's probably a little bit of resistance there. Let's see. Now the good news. So we get into the good news? Yeah, let's do it. It's good to get in the good news, and that is Crypto Coffee, probably the biggest influence in the Pulsechain Hex space. And he's got here good news and congratulations, Pulsechain community. The well-known law firm specializing in SEC overreach, ICANN, has filed an amicus brief in defense of Richard Hart. And now I think Richard Hart was asking about these, getting people to do some of these. At least the lawyers were the other day when we read out that lawyer review from the hearing that they had. We've essentially consolidated two briefs into a single, more powerful one. This has two main benefits. RH supporting lawyers recommend the strategy they've experienced working with or at SEC in the past. Coming from ICANN has more impact. The brief is now professionally written and has laser-focused arguments, plus a better chance of being read. Number two, this protects the confidentiality of the 44,000 signatories. The petition and signatures collected are now being used as an exhibit in the new brief. 44,000 is amazing. We've been working with lawyers in support of RH, and this was a recommended strategy to go. The Pulsechain Foundation DAO is submitting through ICANN consolidates two briefs into one supercharged brief. This is hopefully the first of many amicus briefs to help defend Richard Hart. Congrats to everyone who had the courage to sign the petition and spread the word. We're doing what we can and excited to deliver more good news very, very soon. So that was pretty good there from Crypto Coffee. So I'm going to repost that one, and I'll give you a link to that in the chat if you want to check it out in more detail. But that is the good news that we were going to talk about today, because it's going to aid us in the future, no doubt, to try and increase our probability of getting good outcomes for that court case. So that is it there. So you can check that all out. Now, this is on the back of this Nicholas Morgan we can see, can the SEC sue software? Proud to provide a pro bono representation to Pulsechain with this person here, pushing back on the SEC's misguided tactics in SEC versus Schiller there. So good news from that one. All right, so that is leading us into the results for today, that good news. And of course, we got day 341. So obviously the prices, if you're holding or not buying, they're not so good when the prices go down. So that's not particularly good news. But if you are buying, it's good news. So there we go. We got Pulse at the moment, quadruple 0764, down 4.64% for day 341. And of course, we're 24, we're at 76% of the mean sacrifice price at the moment. Pulse X at the moment is at quadruple 0296, down 6.45% at the moment. And of course, that is well below the mean sacrifice price at 29.6%. So there we go. The buy and burn, though, doesn't care what happens with the market so much. Obviously, it loves the volume. So it just does want volume, but if it's volume up or down, we've got almost 811.4 billion Pulse X has been bought up and burned, which we're looking at. Get this, 3.99% has been bought up and burned. So we're very close to 4% of the public supply having gone forever. And of course, we're in the 12th month of the launch, right? So exciting, 12 months since the launch. Incentive token at the moment down 6.84%, $3.49. The ratio is down quite a bit though, 45,691. Holding on to that 50K mark was pretty important, but we're down. That's just the way it goes. Total supply 29,352,000 incentive tokens at the moment. And that is where we are there. And of course, Hex PHEX at the moment is at 79 hundredths of a penny, down the least of everything today. Although I did see on the whale alerts some big selling on X, but actually the price is down relatively low compared to all the others there, Pulsechain and stuff. So only down, 66 hundredth of a percent, sitting at 79 hundredths of a penny. A lot of hundredths these days. Let's get to the point where we don't have to talk about hundredths, and tenths, and we're talking about senses and percentages. Anyway, we're at the moment we got EHEX there at 16 hundredths of a penny, and we're currently at 94 hundredths of a penny combined. I think, combined 94 hundredths of a penny. So we're still below a cent. So anything below a cent, man, it's got to be good accumulation zone for that. That's where we are at the moment. For day 341. Let's get to the charts, have a quick look at those. We can see that we're still holding this long-term support for Pulsechain, the upward trend there on the daily. And, we've got the Bitcoin halving, and, of course, Pulsechain 1 year looking pretty good there. I did see Moon King, calling a 1 year next week or something like that. So I'm not sure everyone's getting their time frames for 1 year, but they're pretty sure this is the right one here. 12th of May next in May. But hey, look, we're getting closer. I did say there was a second date, and maybe it's the one he's using that people have been referencing. But in any case, we are moving forward here. The RSI definitely in the near the oversold territory here on Pulsechain, and currently we're holding pretty much support line. All right, we had resistance here back here in November, and we're kind of holding that zone at the moment. Plus, we've got this angular upward support. And, that gives us support maybe around 6,800 here as well. So it might be the next level of support. So far, so good. But, Bitcoin halving could be a bit choppy on the other side, right? And then, of course, maybe when we get to that 30th of May, 12th of May, it's game on, magic upright. We'll see. Crypto turns around pretty fast. As fast as it goes down, as fast as it goes up, right? So be careful out there. Don't get too fudded out there. Just still in the accumulation zone, apparently. Still in the accumulation zone. Get those weak hands out, all that sort of narrative playing out. Anyway, what we got here, Pulsechain, similar story, not too much difference here. What do we got there? A bit of support. Down here at 2,300 is really the big support. We bounced off there already with a wick. So that is kind of our support level there, 2,350, let's say. And then we've got angular support here as well, down at 2,000. We don't really want to go down to 2,000. We can up it, but that's kind of where we are there. Yeah, so maybe 2,500 at best, but 2,500, somewhere in that zone. We've got a couple of different support and resistances there. All right, so that is Pulsechain incentive token at the moment. Let's look at the ratio. The ratio did break down at 50K, so that's pretty important. We're still holding up though, because we've got a couple of different resistances here for these other candles. So we're still in that zone at 4,500 there. So let's say 45,000. Sorry, let's say 4,500. 45,000 is kind of the support there. I would say the next one we're going down to would be this 40,000. So that's kind of there. We've got a bit of support at that back on the 10th of March there. But gone are the glory days at the moment, and especially if it breaks down a bit further, we'll see how we get on here. But obviously, incentive is a big one for the future, given scarcity and bullishness that we're expecting in the future. PHEX at the moment, RSI just chilling down at the bottom there as well in the almost oversold territory. Not quite there yet though. And we got support at 6,200 of a penny. That's kind of our support. We've had another support back here in December. I guess after that it would be down at 5,400 again. So 6,400, 5,400, the two support levels there on the horizontal. And anything below this line here, this 1 cent in orange, has got to be accumulation zone, right? You can kind of clearly see that in the chart, accumulating, get the breakouts. And then, of course, we're waiting for that ultimate breakout, right, where we go up and to the right, the parabolics. Not there quite there yet on that. EHEX at the moment, obviously EHEX here chumming around at 1,600 of a penny. Definitely oversold, but have come out of there and shown a little bit of light. So we'll see where we go from here. Obviously, we've got BankX up here. So there is potentially still a lot of upside here before you get into some, sell wall. And that's up at 0.7 of a penny. And, of course, that sell wall goes through to 1.4 cents. So we'll see how we get on there. Interesting that the price zone is in here, right? That's see, it's in there. That's where the good old Lance and his Gabelle have put it there. Anyway, he did a video on Hex price the other day. If you haven't checked it out, check it out. If you want to. All right, so there we go. Not encouraging anything. But there, let's go to EHEX, PHEX. At the moment, we're at 9400th of a penny at the bottom of the range. As you guys know, we're waiting for that 3 cent and finally break out of there once and for all. That's in the future. So maybe it's from May. We will find out. That is it for day 341. Let's go a quick look at the rest of the markets. We're going to have a look at the gas there, and the gas there, 628,000 beats. Normally, off peak kind of normal time, we're around 200,000, 250. So, about 3 times of that at the moment. 2 cents for a Pulsechain swap, 1/10 of a penny for a Pulsechain transfer, 3/10 of a penny for a PRC20 transfer. Ethereum has been particularly low on the gas prices lately, 9 Gwei at the moment, but we're still 558 times cheaper than Ethereum. And of course, you can see it here in the swaps, up to $9.50 for a Pulsechain for a Uniswap, and 2 cents for a Pulsechain swap there. So, 358 times better. Not too bad, right? And 10,900 times better than Bitcoin at the moment, which is at $11 apparently for a BTC. Man, Bitcoin has been pretty expensive actually a lot of the time. Now, relative to Ethereum, of course, I guess it's fair numbers, but I have seen the sats per was a kilobyte up at 150 or something like that. So is it kilobyte? Yeah, I think it's kilobyte. Yeah. So that's that. Let's go to the validators. And Vela is at 49,198. That's actually a bit higher too. So that's kind of good news. And the validating has gone. The pulse has gone up to 1.57 trillion off the market, so up slightly there. And so that's good news. What else we got there? The bridge. Let's look at the health of the bridge. 116.7 million. So this is pretty similar to 2 days ago, I think, when I was streaming. I think that's pretty similar. There, I haven't looked at pulse alerts today. You can check that out. But that looks pretty similar to me from 2 days ago. I didn't stream yesterday, of course. That's pretty much it for day 341. We're going to be starting day 342, pretty much around now. So that's kind of where we are at the moment, heading towards the first year of Pulsechain. All right, let's have a quick look at the derivatives. I've lost one of my derivatives here. I have no idea. The Acosa one. I'm not sure what happened to that. But Pulsechain is up 10% for Acosa. Hedron on Ethereum is up 2%. Hedron on a Pulsechain is pretty flat today, and I'm not sure where Acosa fell off because it was definitely on there. The influencer coins. Now, influencer coins have been what's been driving a lot of volume and value on Pulsechain in the last week or two, and of course these are all down at the moment. SolidX is down 30% to $90. Now, remember, I saw a post out. I covered it 2 days ago. Axis was talking about getting in before 150 because it was going to quickly could head up to 1500. Well, that hasn't happened at this stage. It's actually gone down at the moment. So we'll see where that goes. $90 at the moment, though. No token, though, holding up pretty well from Randy Alaski at over half a penny. So 55/100th of a penny, down 10% at the moment. And, of course, Access Alive, as a first token, is down 60% at 32,500. Paul Pleb there from Hexy Bastard is down 2% at 3,200 with 5 zeros in front of it. Trey Vaughn's More token is down 6% at 42 cents. BitBoy Ben Armstrong V1 is at 905,000, and that's up just slightly there. And Crispy Man's Fire token is at 4 zeros 5,900, down 4.6%. And of course, My Life is Awesome. They're up at 2.6% at what do we call that? Almost 6 cents. Almost 6 cents on there for 420. So that's kind of the summary of the influencer coins. Let me know if I'm missing any of these, of course. Let me know if I'm missing. Then we got some alert here from Force of One, a member for 16 months. Thank you so much for your support of the channel. Really do appreciate it there, Force of One, formerly known as Hex Force One, and of course Force of One now. And of course, hello everybody. Big shout out there, and thanks you so much, as we say. All right, looking good. Now, we had a couple of comments in the chat there. Should we go to those? Let's see who else is in here. Spike says, nice on the good news. Absolutely. Smash the likes or bop the likes, says Sandy Beach. PSI says, do you think SEC representative in court will say we rest our case, Mr. Schuler, and our actual spawn in style from the Neo from the Matrix by saying my name is Richard Hart? That'd be funny. That would be funny. Big case is my wife has a stake in Staker. Does anyone remember the link to the Staker web app? The website? Yeah, I can't remember myself. I tried to find it the other day, Big K. But get into the Discord. I think Brian, our community leader, he helped out on that one and the crypto. We got a crypto help desk in the Discord, and I think Brian helped out with that one. I couldn't find the website myself. I thought I had it, but somehow it's disappeared. I know that the actual, obviously, phone app's gone, right? But I believe you can still interact with the web app. But once again, Brian, I think, was helping out with that in our Discord the other day. So the answer might actually already be there. So yeah, check that out. All right, let's go to, so we've covered derivatives, covered influences, except I missed out Maxi, of course, Maximus. Let's go to stables, which have also been another big theme these days. PDI is sitting at 6/10 of a penny, down 13%. So that hasn't managed to finally break that 1 cent, but it's coming. I think that's coming because it just keeps driving up and up and up. And let's go to the actual uptrend there. Look at that uptrend. I mean, it's still in place, well in place. Look at that thing, up and away. That would, Gerardo would be proud of this chart. Gerardo would be proud of this chart. There we go. Looking pretty good. All right, let's go. We've got obviously USDC and USD Tether just cooled off there a bit too, just following PDI up there at a different ratio. And of course, the stable coins looking pretty stable, aren't they? Coast is still down even further. Coast is down. So other stable coins are down, but this one here is the Coast is down until they get their financial services back online. Looks like that's been discounted by the market. USD Tether, actually, which we were looking at, USDL 98 cents and the PXDC at 98.6. So they're just slightly under peg, but they're ticking away. Now bring on PUSD algo. That's what we want. We need an algorithmic coin. Bring on PUSD algo from Jacob's ecosystem. All right. Go out in the position, maybe everybody. Get them to move us to that next stage. All right. What else we got there? I think that was it. I was going to talk about top PRC20s. Yeah, I haven't finished this list off, but Bitcoin's still holding up. Bitcoin's still holding up there at $288. That's not too bad so far after that big spike up the other day. Sort of sitting in the middle there, isn't it, of that range. All right, we're going to get into our main. We're going to go have a look for the best performance today. Let's go do that. Before we do that, let's see if there's any comments in the chat. PSI said it's hard to believe it's already been close to a year. I know, isn't it crazy? It is crazy. We're getting there. Morning, everybody from Craig Pitt. Good to see you, Craig. Welcome to the chat. All right, what else? Let's have a look at the best performers on Pulsechain overall. So I just did a couple of my categories that I got set up, but we'll have a look at what's new. Now, remember, no endorsement of any of these projects. We're just talking about what is performing the best here. But we've got some of these could be, you got to check the safety of them and all that sort of stuff, you know, what they got taxes and things like that. So we're not going to that level of stuff, but we're going to have a look at what's performing. Looks like we got some level token that just got launched. Now we're getting new tokens launched every day, so there's no surprise here. And sometimes they're run by influencers, sometimes they're by people we don't even know. So just take that into account. So this one has been going for a little while here. This is on the hourly chart. It looks like we're at 37 cents at the moment. Had a nice little pump out of there and back down. Now, there are people playing this, of course. They're trying to get in early on tokens and rise the pump, sell off before, sell off at the top before it pulls back. So you're getting a lot of the sort of casino sort of stuff happening. It's very high risk, right? Very high risk stuff. You got to be there early. Otherwise, you got to get burned. And, you got to make sure there's plenty of liquidity there too. So this is ticking away at the moment. It does have a Twitter account. We're not going to go check that, but there we go. We've got a new one here called Cream Token. It's got very small, actually, it's got some pretty stuff there. Let's have a look at it and see whether what that's all about. So we've got Cream here at the moment. This is on the hourly as well. Let's go to the daily on this one because there's a bit more data. So it's been around for a little while, right? Been around for a while, this project. We've got a big pump there yesterday, the day just closed. So this is getting a big pump at the moment. I mean, $23,000 going into that pump. Let's have a quick look at the website and Cream Lending. So they reckon they got market staking claims. They have a Cream. Now, I haven't been too familiar with this one. Cream Finance Decentralized Lending Protocol. So there we go. You'd have to do due diligence on that. We're not going to get into all that, but that is up. It looks like another DeFi project on Pulsechain, getting pumped up there at the moment. But once again, I haven't done any due diligence on this. But there we go. I might give it a follow. Very few followers on here. So you got to be very careful with these kind of projects. Looks like a lot of Chinese writing there. So, maybe you have to read the Chinese if you can read Chinese. But anyway, that is pumping at the moment. We've got Up Token, of course, is a liquid loans project there from Haunted. It's had a bit of influence. I've covered that a bit there. That's up 46% today on that one. You got Nanana there, Banana Republic. That's up 44% as well. They're really kind of the top leaders there at the moment. A couple honorable mentions. Gifford is up 10%. Mitra, the NFT market, is up 10% there. And Teddy Bear there. Some people say the ultimate meme today. Well, there's lots of ultimate memes, isn't there, on Pulsechain? But some people say that 7.4% at the moment is the old Teddy Bear. In fact, let's just zoom in on that and see where that's what that chart is looking like on the daily. So that is kind of Teddy Bear on the daily there. 7 zeros, 2,700 taken away there at the moment. I mean, it looks pretty healthy chart, doesn't it? Really, there's not much else you can say about that. Teddy Bear's got some pretty cool teddy bears, merch and tokenomics, a roadmap, all that good stuff. So yeah, it's got some pretty good stuff there. So a lot of people are liking that at the moment. All right. Those are kind of the honorable mentions. I think that's it for that. Now, what's the total volume? $38.6 million of volume on Pulsechain in the last 24 hours, 367,000 transactions. So not too bad. Not too bad there. However, where does that rank us? Further down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Number 12 today. I think we were what, number 11 or 10 the other day. So number 12 today on that. All right, let's go. We've got Brian in house, our community lead. What's up, Brian? Good to see you. So that's pretty much that. Let's go to the Hex Daily Stats and then jump away. And of course, Hex here. Let's see, we're 30 minutes into the new day, day 1599, can't believe it. So we've got 1598 out at the moment. And we're going to skip through this. This is for Hex on Ethereum. And we've got the date there, 17th of April. Let's have a look at the payout, 7.13 Hex per T-share on the old Ethereum chain there. We had a little bit of rise in share rate there, but let's jump over to the T-shares. T-shares they're down 994 yesterday. I wasn't covering live stream yesterday, but we're down up 90,000 T-shares yesterday. That's a really, really big move. And of course, there we go. Look at that, 9,249,000. So a huge jump in the T-shares yesterday. I haven't followed any of that either. I think I may have seen something on X, but I didn't follow through on it. So there we go. Big move there. Is that OA wallet? Is that an OA wallet? Possibly. I don't know. There's a lot of T-shares, so possibly could be. Lowering the yield. I don't know. That's some of the things it can do. What else there? We got penalties. 1.5 million in penalties. 2.7 million yesterday. 1.7 million before that. So that's pretty good value. 66 million in the pool there for Ethereum T-share miners. Liquid holders up 25, miners down 15, 118,230 miners. That is it. Let's see, we haven't got Pulsechain out, Hex on Pulsechain, but we did have the day before, and we did get 6.9 over there, so not too bad there over as well. Let's all go to the T-shares on Pulsechain, even though haven't got we're a day behind. A lot of decreases in T-shares on Pulsechain, pretty interesting. But we did have an update there 2 days ago. 9.5 million T-shares in play. So there's about 250,000 T-share difference now between Ethereum and Pulsechain after that big whale stuff state mined on the old Ethereum side. Let's look at the liquid holders down up 29, miners down 9 on the Pulsechain, but those nice juicy penalties on Pulsechain as well as Ethereum. Wow, good time to get paid from being a Hex miner there. At the moment, to get T-shares on Ethereum, $55 is the spot price and $266 on Pulsechain. Obviously, yours get longer, pays better too, up to 20% per year for 10 years. So there we go. I always say have a good mining ladder. I always like the passive income structure, and also have a percentage of your Hex in liquid for the bull market, so that you can capture the price. You forgive, you miss out on some volume, but you capture some of the price gains there. All right, what we got? Tin Top in house there. What's up, Hexkin? So good to see you, Tin Top. And we got Fast Abdul in the house there. Tell me your secrets, or give him some bribes, one way or the other. Fast Abdul will get it done. We got Tetra. What's it? PSI says Tetra has been pretty quiet lately, but it's been teased that there's some big news coming. I've asked when, and I've been told 2 weeks. 2 weeks. That's too bad. PSI Tetra's got a lot of protocols. We're expecting Web3. DeFi, some of the best innovative stuff in Pulsechain that has not launched. Presumably they're just backed up and trying to get everything right. So I don't know whether there's been issues around oracles, anything else like that. I don't believe that they have those issues. But yeah, we'll wait and see how that goes. Because if you think about it, if you're setting up some of their contract interactions, then maybe oracles does become important. I don't know. Yeah, it's if they're doing price calls, I guess they can just use the dexes themselves. But yeah, all right, and dex aggregators maybe. But we await their products, apart from, I think they're out of the three, what we got, Pateus is very much innovating in the space with artificial intelligence. We know that Tetra is bringing us some incredible things for interacting with smart contracts for the average person. And I think we've also got, obviously, Jacob is leading in the DeFi space. Those three teams in particular are extremely innovative, pushing DeFi for Pulsechain. And then, of course, we have some big teams. We have the blue chip teams like Liquid Lines and Power City, Magic Upride, many others like that. So, yeah, it's kind of the play. Excited to see a lot of those projects launched. Wookie says, okay, almost missed another one. Almost. You probably because you're out there skating. Wookie's been doing some skating videos. So if you haven't checked those out, get in our Discord under one of our chat groups for non-crypto. He's been posting some of his cool little skateboard travels, which I love. And he goes to the pools and things like that. Wookie, honestly, I want to see a video where you go, you skateboard up, you give us some cool shots of the skateboard, you go to a fish and chip shop, mate. You got to show the old Kiwi culture down there with the fish and chip shop, and yeah, maybe I don't know, interview somebody or something like that, and yeah, get those fish and chip shops. Maybe just then skate down to the beach and eat the chips on the beach. And that's nothing more Kiwi than that. That is nothing more Kiwi than that. All right. Get out there. That's it. I'm waiting for the video, man. I've given you a narrative there, a little theme for the movie plot. I'm a huge Tetra supporter. Was just trying to be funny, says PSI. That is pretty funny. You've been funny with most of your comments today, PSI. PSI won't be seen or heard during the trial. Yeah. RH won't be, no. Brian says, it's not fun. I got through it for a friend a few months ago. Hit me up in Discord if you get stuck. Yeah, Brian, regarding Staker app, web. Yeah, there was a website though. I just can't. I thought I had saved it, and I just can't find it for the life of me. I tried to search for it. So if anyone else knows where the Staker app website is, or what's happened with that, let us know, because I know the obviously apps is gone. And most people are using Hex Scout now. Probably maybe some of the GoPol stuff and things like that. There's Fatty out there and other kind of wallets, but I think Hex Scout is kind of the premium one now. It's got all the right connections. Fatty doesn't bring in big payday bonuses and things like that, if I remember rightly. So it won't show you an accurate thing if you're that old school. You either laugh or cry in this kind of market. I choose the former. Absolutely, that's the way you got to look at it. In crypto, you really need to be, keep your emotions in check. Is probably the best way of putting it. Everyone's emotional, but you need to keep your emotions in check and think rationally about what things that you're getting into and where you should go from there. All right, Brian says, if only Wookiees had a gimbal, says Brian. Says, there we go. If only Wookie had a gimbal. Well, we'll watch the space on that one. Staker.app, there we are. But does it have the actual web? Is that the actual web site, Brian? I guess it is. So check that out. Staker.app, there we are. Good place to start. I'm not sure if they have the website there for the interaction though. Anyway, but there we are. That's the place to start. All right, I think that's it. We're coming up to almost 40 minutes on the hour, and of course we've got one more thing to talk about. So now this is not on Pulsechain. Brian's saying you have to create an account with the same credentials as you use for the old Staker app. Okay, there we go. But if you need some help there, also Brian's in the crypto outline, does amazing help there. All right, so let's get into it. So if you haven't checked out a video I did yesterday. This is not on Pulsechain, but this is on X1 for Jack Levin's chain coming up. Now you can already participate in mining Zen blocks, which is basically the proof of work part of that X1 that's coming up. I'm suspecting that the chain might launch now in June or July. Originally, I had it in May, but from a Twitter space the other day, it does look like that it probably may slip into June, July. That's kind of the working target at this stage. But at the moment, you can mine Zen blocks straight away. This might be some of you that like to do mining. And of course, you can hire a cloud server. So check out the video I did yesterday, how to mine Zen blocks for X1 chain fast, quick and easy setup. Only take you a few minutes to set up. It really is fast. It used to be complicated, and now it's very, very fast with a template. So definitely check out that video. I'll post a link to that in the chat if that's something that interests you. Then definitely check it out. Now, what you're going to be mining is you're going to be mining the XNM token, which is basically going to be like for inscriptions and things like that on top of the X1 chain. So X1 is supporting inscriptions that you can do if you think like Bitcoin inscriptions, things like that. And of course, you'll be able to get XUni tokens as well. So you're earning them both at the same time. So let me put it this way: you win a block, and the block will either win you some XNM, basically, or win you some XUni. Let's put it that way. And the XUni will be for the DEX, basically the XUni swap on X1. So if you're after like a DEX coin, it's definitely a way of getting it. The only way you can get it now is by mining, right? So you're kind of front running it. The other thing is that the emission rate for XNM, the inscription side of it, is going to be going halving. It's going to go from 10 per block down to 5 per block in September, based on the projections. So that's very important. Now, there is a thing called a super block that you may win as well. That's very rare. And I think it's 1 in 1,000 blocks, so something like that. I think it's 1 in 1,000, yeah. And I don't know what it's for. So I haven't listened to every single Twitter space. So someone may have said, but I haven't seen anything on it so far. So yeah, but if you win one of those, it's kind of lucky too. We'll find out what it is. So that's kind of it. If you want to get into that, that link is there, and that's something that I think could potentially have some big upsides. So definitely going to have a lot of fun there. All right, and obviously, yeah, you can watch the video. It's got all the details. PSI says, follow RH's advice. Have a good day. It says a PSI. Yeah, indeed. All right, that is the link to the video if you want to check it out on how to mine Zen blocks. PSI says, or does that have a what? A bite? I can't remember. Bidets are great, says Brian. All right, we're going to move on. All right, so enjoy your day, folks. I'll catch you guys again tomorrow. Let's play out our favorite video. You guys know what it is. Magic Carp Ride. Peace out, everybody. Take care. See you in Discord. Subscribe, like, share, hit the bell, and catch you again tomorrow. Bye for now.
In theory, if someone were a billionaire and they had like all this money, why wouldn't they just buy more of the thing they liked instead of dumping the thing they liked? Like if Bezos bought shares in Amazon, would you be pissed off? If Apple does a stock buyback and they buy more of their own shares in their company back from the public, which is a way to turn earnings into yield for the shareholders, do you get mad and yell at Apple? And so we had to come up with a word for this fan fiction fantasy, which is the opposite of a rug pull, called a magic carpet ride. And so if you're worried about risk of a rug pull, what weighted value have you given the risk of a magic carpet ride? And it's just hilarious to me.